What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining. Hope you're having a great one today. As always, today we are taking a look at Threezero's Kakashi figure. I had a horrible experience with it, which is why I've kind of taken a while to do this here video. But we'll get into that in just a moment, just to kind of show you the box if you are interested. It is as cool as the other ones from the Naruto line. Figure is pretty good. We'll just kind of go over it. So, I did get this direct from Threezero. If you can't already tell, there's a problem with this leg. So when I unboxed him, I pretty much immediately noticed that this leg was very loose. It is completely broken, which really not too fun. Super disappointing. So I went through and I did the unboxing as best I could. But was definitely a little bummed out about that. And I was kind of under the impression that with the warranty and with the customer service I've had from Threezero in the past, that it would be a relatively easy fix. I figured I'd probably just send it back, get it replaced, something of the like. So I reached out to them once the video was over, and from what they told me, the only option I would have would be to repair the figure, which seemed kind of odd, but whatever, no biggie. So I asked a little bit about that, and they explained I would need to pay to ship the figure to them, at which point they would repair it, and then they would cover the cost of shipping it back. I would have to pay any customs fees or anything like that. I was kind of thinking it wouldn't be too expensive, but boy was I wrong. So unfortunately for me, in Middle America, was going to be about 140 bucks, was the cheapest quote that I had found from the 3 different places I checked. And at that point, that was not counting customs. They did do a good job with the headband. So I'd probably be closer to the $150 to $180 range, at which point I could just buy a brand new one. So I was kind of out of luck in that regard, more or less not able to do too much. I could dispute it with my credit card, I think, but I'm pretty much just taking it as a loss. Kind of a lesson learned. I'm hoping that the other figures that I've ordered from Threezero don't have problems like this. And then what I'm going to do, moving forward, just order from Sideshow or Big Bad Toy Store or something like that. That way I won't have to worry too much. Maybe even Giant Toy, I think they do. I'm pretty sure they do Threezero stuff. Maybe not. Either way, they did honestly a good job with the figure. I just, sadly it's broken. I might end up buying another one. Probably not, since I've got the Rocket Toys one as well. This one I might just kind of, was honestly considering cutting it up, putting him on a crucifix, and doing the Tsukiyomi that he's in with when he fights Itachi. I thought that would be kind of cool, doing a nice little display like that. So I may end up going that route. I haven't quite decided. If you were interested, this one's about half the price of the Rocket Toys one. The Rocket Toys one might even be a little bit more now, just because you have to go through secondary market. Chidori effect is pretty dang cool. The Rocket Toys one is significantly better. I'll pull that out in just a moment. It's honestly kind of an unfair comparison, because they are, significantly more expensive as well. But if you were debating on which one to get, I would honestly say Rocket's the way to go. Now, with that being said, if you've gotten the other Threezero figures, like you have Sasuke and Naruto, he matches up a lot better with those than the Rocket Toys one does, other than the broken part, of course. But honestly, I do really like the figure, all things considered. They did a pretty dang good job with the sculpts. Really, overall, pretty impressed. You do get a replacement faceplate as well for that head. So if you want him having his, plus side to dropping stuff, as if it breaks, it's already broken. You do get the little smiley face if you want to have nice, happy Kakashi. So I thought that was a nice little touch. You do, of course, get a copy of Makeout Paradise as well, so he can be reading his pervy book. Sadly, the pages are blank, which is fine. Probably a good thing, all things considered, if you know the content. I do wish they would have included the bells so he could do the bell test, or at least be posed doing the bell test. I mean, they've got the 1,000 Years of Pain hands, so they might as well. Kind of my only real weird complaint about it in general, but other than the obvious. Now, they did do a pretty good job with his suit. Armor's pretty good for the most part. I don't know how to actually get it off, which was one of the other concerns I had in terms of having it repaired. Because, like, I'm pretty sure you would have to unstitch this, and I don't know how well you'd be able to put it back together. Now, one cool thing with this guy that I don't think they did with the other Naruto figures, I might be wrong, but his feet are magnetic. So even with his broken leg, I am kind of able to position it, plop him on a piece of metal, and it'll actually end up standing up okay. We'll see if I can get him to do it. Hey, look at that. So, I mean, he still somewhat functions in a way. Just looks very, very awkward. I might end up just kind of posing him behind other figures and, like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm not overly concerned. It's definitely disappointing, but it's not the end of the world. I'm still going to get Threezero stuff because I like them quite a bit. But, like I said, I think I've just learned to... that's impressive. I think I've just learned to order from somewhere stateside. Now, if you wanted to see him in comparison to the Rocket Toys one, like I said, it's honestly there's a pretty big difference. Just alone on the, the head sculpt, you get movable eyes with the Rocket Toys one. They're painted on there. So that alone is, like, just a huge difference as far as the actual, like, face quality. I don't know if it's too easy to get them lined up. But even, like, the armor is kind of the way it looks. Basically everything done on the Rocket Toys is just slightly better. The fabric's better, armor's better, paint jobs are better. I probably should have put hands back on them, but that's okay. You can even kind of get an idea from the feet. Just overall, a significantly better quality figure. And that's not to say anything negative against Threezero. I do, like I said, really, really like them as a six-skill company. One of the big perks to me with them is their cost. So yes, this figure's significantly better, but he's also basically twice the price. So you get what you pay for when it comes to collectibles. Honestly, this one's definitely better. It's kind of an unfair comparison, though, in the grand scheme of it all. So if you were to get just one, if you really, 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 really like Kakashi, spend the money and get that one. If you're doing, like, a whole Naruto set and you're going with the Threezero stuff as well, this guy's definitely a good one to go with. Would recommend ordering him stateside just in case you have a similar issue that I did, but hopefully you won't. I might end up ordering another one. I'm still indecisive on that. But that'll do it for this one. Thank you all so much as always. We'll see you next time.